back, and we will send back to brother this brother. Now let us look at who is coming. Today we have Lý Qicheng主任. You might listen to his sharing for the volunteer assembly. But he might not talk about his bookshop. But today I invite him. Can you come to share with us your bookshop? 台北的杜云恩师姐，那第一个时间呢，就是分享出来之后，主任就觉得非常的感动哈。那主任呢，他之前其实1年前的时候，519他曾经要来，但是后来没来，原因是 So we have two Union Taipei sister who wrote all this. So this time sharing we find it is really very touching. So actually he wants to come earlier, but due to pandemic, he couldn't come in to share. So let's just come and watch Qicheng sharing. So in this part, we are all very familiar. Let's just watch this video. A normal person uses their knees 2,000 to 3,000 times a day, an average of 1 million times a year. The degeneration of arthritis, the part of the cartilage thins and its underlying bones accumulate water. However, through bone marrow transplant and stem cell therapy, Hualien Qicheng Hospital is expected to become the savior of joint degeneration. The most common thing is that when you get older, the cartilage has become very thin and it will hurt when it rubs against each other. When you use this cell therapy to rebuild this ecology, also rebuilds this cell. So this is a more natural way. Yes, so I'm very grateful to Ta'ai News as it can show us all the news, the information. So let's just watch our Ta'ai TV more. So not just people with bone degeneration, normal people also, we should actually look after our old knees. Yeah. So yeah, just because of him coming today, we can get more information about the bone marrow transplant, more information of it. And so during this pandemic, you see the doctor, he is a very dedicated. So all the stories about him that he shares is really very touching. So and he also came to Hualien to master. So the patient comes from a long way, so we have to care for them. So our volunteers have never. This one will affect urination. We have this rare vascular malfunction that goes in this person. The 80% of the Taiwan's carrying donors and matched with him. He is not afraid to perform incomplete transplant, so the transplantation is very difficult. He came to Taiwan during this pandemic, and it was a very smooth operation to help him. The bone marrow database established by Qicheng in 1993 has assisted more than 6,000 patients with blood diseases. In 2017, in response to the policy, it completed the training of medical personnel in 32 countries and more than 2,500 people under the care and partner medical care in partner countries. So let's just today have a look at this another video. This bookstore is called Yichao. Lazy Man Yichao is actually the pseudonym of a former patient of mine. He was an entrepreneur, but unfortunately he contracted lymphoma. He said that he was actually a young man like Wenqing when he was at school and he likes to write. Dr. Lee opened a bookstore and used his pseudonym to fulfill the common wish of these book lovers. The bookstore here come here to find treasures, to find myself, to find yourself, and to find a different time to accompany oneself. I don't think there are so many books here that we can really have can go slowly and take a good look of all the books. There's no computer here. All the books are memorized by Mrs. Lee's in Mrs. Lee's mind, and the selected books are all mainly literature and picture books. Every independent bookstore has a very stylish selection of books, which one that you go to is like you are digging for treasures. The entire row of chairs here is for you to read books. If you want to be a lazy person on vacation and relaxing, then you can come and pick a favorite books and meet the author in time. So let's just welcome here. We have Dr. Lee here to have him with us on the platform here today. So actually we know that there's whenever he comes here, there's always challenges, but he made it. Even yesterday he was already here to come early to come to visit us before the sharing today, so that he can see the whole stage here. So to prepare himself. So you can see from the video just now that you see that these bookstores that we just showed just now is like there are lots of people go there, and a lot of people are really like this mini bookstore. So I can't remember yesterday. I can't remember which some of the different country asked me, is Dr. Lee actually going to be on the stage here at the Kaohsiung today? So we are really grateful to have him. So for the bone marrow donors promotion, we want to encourage everyone to donate bone marrow to save a person's life. So today we have the bone marrow promotion. The donors group are all here with us. So let's just give Dr. Lee hands and applause. So bone marrow group can now go in, and let's hear the sharing from Dr. Lee. Everyone at the book club, Teacher Mayin and everyone, Master, good morning. I'm Dr. Lee. So I actually this morning I came early, 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm already here just to look at the stage here. So told me that every Wednesday, actually at the Kaohsiung Book Club here is always we have this sharing, book club sharing. So today I actually I'm very grateful. I want to be here, myself be here today to share. So yesterday I took the 5 o'clock train and come here a day before so that I can be on time. As I'm very grateful to be able to share here. So actually today is the topic that I want to share with everyone. It's really special. Because usually I share topics on the stem cell transplant, bone marrow transplant, but this time I want to share about something a bit more relaxing. So today's topic is a scholar life. Is about a doctor's little bookshop. So if you reach Hualien, you number 130. If you see a little cafe place, and you can see that there is there's a shop. So you can see this little bookstore, mini bookstore. And this bookstore is called Qicheng Lazy People Bookstore, and it is a very funny name. Some people are very curious about such a name. How to match the title like that with a lazy person. Actually, the bookstore, the lazy person actually is really strange. It is the boss actually the owner is me. Actually, the shop itself is on the second floor, but we slowly can walk upstairs and visit this bookstore. Actually, from the bookstore, stepping into the corner of the stairs, what caught my eye, what caught people's eye is this beautiful poem of Simurong. I want you to run by my side from thousands of miles away, and and after overcoming and perseverance, one can feel that the stuff, the water, are becoming like a carving knife. So I actually don't have the permission, but Simurong wrote the book. I bought and read and wrote the poems. This poem out. So this actually was written. This poem is like it is at the time it was written near the national park, the exhibition hall. It's talk about the flowing water and was written with great spirit. And it's amazing. I think it is related to Master Tzu spirits. The poem is like, it is really, to me, it is like how Master started the Tzu spirit of big love. The softness of Master, the gentleness brought out the strength, just like the carving knife here, like a strong, which carves with big love that goes around the world. So continue on to climb up the stairs. You can see this architecture design really has a touch of ingenious, like a history. We indeed in the city of Hualien. This is to say that we are exploring the city, writing and writing on the island of Taiwan. So as slowly as you walk in, open the door, and you can see that the owner really like this verse, and of course the owner is myself, and the owner's favorite words here, which is written on the glass. It says that every book looks for its soul, and everyone will find one. It's like a lucky person or angel or person that understand her and accompanying him or her. I find that this word is written so beautifully. So like we like just like every book looking for a soul to that match, and it's like our own self looking for a book. Of course, everyone is looking for that the person that we have the affinity to help us to achieve our goals. It's just like myself with looking for master. It's just like how this morning when teacher Meyin was sharing about this Japanese couple who couldn't understand master's Mandarin, the words, the thing, but can hear master's sound, the master's teaching sound is already enough for him. So I'm very grateful, and just being in Kaohsiung here is just such a amazing book club here. You can hear so many brothers and sisters dedicate here to do Sergi and with love. And why do they want to do it? Because here we can see that it is a master. So it is master is the angel, is like a lucky person to us that we have affinity with. So this I'm very very grateful. So after the doors open, entering the bookshop, and you can see that there are so many chairs. Yeah, so it is a very different to others. Is very special. This mini bookstore, there's lots of chairs. You can count here: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is because there's a little story behind it. The story, of course, is myself here. Actually, when I was young, I actually was born in Kaohsiung, and yeah, the hospitals I was born is actually not here anymore. So when I was young, I always wanted to be a wenqing, like have a bookstore. So a lot of locals shops and a lot of them has been closed already. So when I grew up, this is the place that I always go. This particular bookstore that I always went to, and it's the only like bookstore in there that hasn't been closed and is still open. So when I was in middle school, high school, I always go to this bookstore, the Qicheng, the district there to go to that bookstore. So I will be standing there reading the books. So most of students, like not all very rich, like can just buy the books, but everybody loves to read books. So when we stand there, when we read books, that we actually stand there for 2 hours at least to read the books. And so when I was young, I always say that when I grow up, I want to open a bookshop. While reading books in the little bookstore, even the bike that my dad bought me also got stolen. But at the time, just at that time, the public transport there is very convenient, but having the having to go to the bookstore, because I got a bike. I put it in front of the bookstore, and usually when I go there, I will stay there for a few hours. That was lost. Like, of course, it's very precious to have a bike to those there, because everywhere you go, you either use public transport or by bike, or it's not easy. But anyway, and you can see here there's a sofa, a recliner chair. Yeah. So I when you have customers, we always welcome people, come and sleep, and you can stay here and relax and all that. I sometimes come here as a volunteer myself, and will come and sit here when there are no one. I will come and sit down on this this sofa recliners. You can see there are 2 paintings on the wall, and I went to study at the school, and actually this was given to my by 2 of my school friends, and now she is actually now the teacher at the school there. And really, when I opened this bookshop, mini store, she sent the paintings to me. I'm very grateful. So I have spoken a lot, but I haven't talked about the origin of the name Qicheng, Lazy People Bookstore, and hasn't not been revealed yet. So I'm supposed everyone is curious to know why is it named like that. Well, welcome everyone here today. So that because I'm going to reveal why is it named like that, the origin of the name of these bookstores. Actually, it is all to do with bone marrow transplant. So this is actually all to do with the bone marrow transplant. And this is a picture of me. Before that, there was me, and with the postgraduate students. So at that time, I was in the National Taiwan University Hospital, and I've been helping for several years at with the postgraduate examinations. Actually, it's to do the so there were many patients. Actually, it was uh, this detail is actually a name of one of the patient that I treated at Taipei. So Yichao actually is a former patient of mine, and he's an entrepreneur. But unfortunately, he contacted lymphoma. He was a very strong man, even though that many times we did the bone marrow transplant and all that, trying to save his life. Um, but it was really, really challenging at that time. So we spent a lot of time talking to each other, and he told me that when he was young at high school, he likes to write. Um, and it's just like a one thing. So his business did well, but unfortunately, because he contacted the sickness, the which lymphoma is a very difficult one and spread very fast, and he passed away. So even though after done the bone marrow transplant, but we still couldn't save his life. So so it is so Ichel's family is you can see from this is our like a name card, our business card, but the Yichao family helped printed all that. So you can see that this the two person here, one is me and one is Yichao. So what is very touching. So at the time to put this this lazy person put on the names of a lazy person, put on the name of the bookstore is very strange. A lot of people say like don't put the name. It is very hard to listen to put this lazy person. But actually it can be a bit confusing. But to me I'm not a lazy person. I'm very, very hardworking. I go everywhere to promote bone marrow stem transplant to everyone in Taiwan. So as master is my teacher, master no that is we can't be lazy. We all need to work very hard. So like today like after finish sharing today, I have to take the train. I have to take the train to Taipei, and they have to go to Hualien. So I have to then I will do sharing with the Philippines and the Indonesia about the bone marrow stem cell transplant. So I'm not a lazy person, but this is more like it's just that I just want like when I want to lay back a little bit. So when going to the bookstore is my time to relax and lay back and sit there and do, when I do volunteering work there. So this bookstore, mini bookstore, actually has been open for 5 years, and this 5 years is not closed. It's still uh, um, running very well. So yeah, so this 5 years ago when I opened this bookstore, just want to make sure that it won't close. I actually look around at at that time in 2017 November 11 in the morning 11 a.m 11 minutes 11 seconds, and I believe that with this superstitious belief that it is with this we have this strong pillar of or support of elements. There are 10 11 here, so it won't close down. So this 10 pillar will keep this little bookstore standing strong. They won't close down. So very, very grateful to that. So it's been open for 5 years now. So in this year, I can see that there's this name card or this is on the wall. Hey, this is actually you can see it's all printed by the Ija family at the bottom of the cup. So we also at that time we printed a book, and we have all these name cards and printed on the book. So yeah, so number 130 second floor. If you go to Hualien, do stop by. So looking back to 2003, how all this started, why from bone marrow to a bookshop? So actually, in 2003, I was very grateful that I had the opportunity to go to Seattle there to to further study. So those days, it actually studied the bone marrow transplant is not easy. That year, because the Seattle Seattle Cancer Center at that time, they the 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 dean that they actually came and when they come to Taiwan for interview, and then he actually came all the way to Taiwan to meet master. So from Taipei, he actually specifically make the trip to Hualien to to meet master. Master at the time, because we did a lot of the bone marrow transplants, and we are one of the biggest bone marrow data bank here in Taiwan. So master encouraged me to go to settle there to further study about the bone marrow stem cell transplant. So teacher Mei Yin actually very good use this picture as the promoting for this cultural sharing today. So this is like in Seattle, as you can see in Seattle, this is a very great atmosphere, more relaxing. Even the teachers, they don't necessarily wear the teachers costume or uniform. Here they wear something very flowery, and when they visit the patient's ward. So at that day, they actually bought this flowery printed top for me and give me as a gift. So we wore that to go rounds to see patients at the ward. So this one is actually this is an elderly, and he got blood cancer. He's already 70 years old at that time, and did the bone marrow transplant. So and it was really successful. So so with all this knowledge that I learned, I the brought back the knowledge to Taiwan. So master is actually the doctors of all. So today I'm very grateful that I got all the surgery people here, everyone here, to give me courage to to share. So thank you. Okay. Let's thank you to Dr. Lee. So today your sharing is very right, and you still have a little bit of time, but we just grateful that Dr. Lee, like he got his dream of this bookstore, and he opened the bookstore. So when you when how do you do it, like when you take photos of when you ask take photo, how do you do that? This is the look of the scholars, like the feel of the Wenqing, like this is the look of it, like you look up and then your hands up. I've been to Daxing the first time I went there. I wasn't the I wasn't but that time is the time I met him. Which school did you go to in Kaohsiung? You are born here. So I actually study at the Qicheng district, but I bike to school at that time. So I know you are very smart. You even got number one in the class. You're very smart. So here we can feel that the Dr. Lee, those days when he was a student. So here's some of the positive feedback at the so thank you, Dr. Lee's sharing, share with us his thoughts and his thoughts and his dedication and the love of books. So, yeah, let's just give the microphone. Yeah, I got another feedback. So this is a poem written to you, Dr. Lee from Kaohsiung, and this is from Beijing. Yiqiao, lazy person. This one definitely cannot close. It won't fall because this we all go to Hualien, go to Yiqiao bookshop to give support and all that. It won't fall. The shop will remain open. This bookstore. So this have another sister from Kaohsiung, and she said that it's very touching to when you say that every book is looking for a matching soul, and every person is looking for that particular person they have affinity with, to achieve their own mission goals. So this is another feedback from Canada. This is from Emily, and so this Yiqiao bookstore is really full of warmness and it's very cozy. So able to see today at the platform here to see the owner of this cozy bookstore. I really am grateful. Really, thank you very much, Dr. Lee's here to come and share with us. So thank you from feedback from Canada. So definitely the bookshop the mini bookstore won't be closed. So we have another feedback from Kaohsiung. It says that Dr. Lee's when young's the dream of open the bookstore and actually realize the dream and actually have this mini bookstore. So this is really very touching for everyone. So and feedback say so we really hope that we're able to visit this bookstore when go to Hualien next time. So very grateful. This one got some feedback that I was just talking about the Wenqing, the young scholar. So so very touching. So this platform is really for the whole world. Just now we can hear from sharing from Hong Kong and then sharing from our Dr. Lee here from Holland. So he is really following the time very closely. We thought that we would have to remind him that time is up, but actually you can see that he is very follow the time all properly. That's why he said even when he opened the bookstore, he said that he has to be open a certain time and date, very particular about that. So next time when we go to Hualien, we must go to visit Yiqiao lazy person bookstore. So like you can open a store bookstore like that, and then just like this little Yiqiao bookstore. So after we finish the sharing, we will share to you more about the sharing. Like you can watch again the recorded version of it. So we have all at the moment behind the scene, there are 5 different languages behind the scene. They are doing the interpreting behind the scenes. So all the stories share out actually is very touching. So we want all these speakers sharing can go around the world, and we have, you can watch the recorded one. We can watch on at Kaohsiung, the Facebook, YouTube. We have actually many platforms that we send out. We actually, even though you think it's just 1 or 2 platforms, but actually when you add all up together, actually there is a lot of people are listening and watching now, like even the Ta Hai. So that's why it's important that we give support to all the speaker sharers as they share all these amazing stories with us. So last time we asked him before, like what you want to do. He asked me like what you want to do, like and I really want to remind that this whole platform actually it's not just me but everyone. Like if without people reminding me of the time, I wouldn't know. So this whole platform is actually is the whole group, everyone put together. So we are very thankful to have